First of all, welcome everybody. It's so nice to see you. Some familiar faces, others new to me, but I'm very glad to see you all, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better these few days we will join each other on Zoom. Just to start, I'm Elina Koe. I'm co-chair of the AEC Student Working Group together with Mim. And I'm studying music in Leuven in Belgium. So excuse me in advance if my English is not always top notch, but I'm doing my best. So we start today with a little introduction from me. Then we have a small icebreaker / something to get moving. And then we have the possibility to get to know each other a little bit better. After that, we will like to share with you guys some tips about how to handle the Congress at all. And to end, we have 2 other members of the AEC joining us, and to get Iñaki and Stefan, and together with them, we will tell you a little bit about the AEC. Does that sound okay? Lovely. So I said welcome. I will just be honored to present you the students of the Students Working Group. We have Barbara, who is not a student, but she's also a member of the Students Working Group from the AEC office. Then you have Roberto. Roberto, can you say hi? That's Roberto.
Hi, all. Hi, everyone.
Then we have Baptiste.
Hello.
We have Mimi.
Hello.
And Camilla is there as well as a student member.
Hello.
We have 2 others. We have Isabel from Spain and Siri from Norway, who couldn't join us today, but maybe you will see them later in the Congress as well. Did you all get my email with the welcome and maybe also the link to our WhatsApp group? I see some faces like WhatsApp group. Don't worry, we have a little WhatsApp group with the students just to be able to get to know each other on another level of not having all those Zoom. But maybe I will send you the link to join. Just give me 1 second. Yes. You can find it in the group chat. Does everybody see that? Lovely. And what I wanted to share, something else, is we have a student assembly at the end of this Congress, and that's on Saturday at 11. And I would like to start to invite you all there as well, because it's a moment for us to get to know how the Congress was for you guys, but also to ask you some other questions. So write it in your agenda. It's important to be there as well. Great, then we start with some Baptiste icebreakers. Let's go.
Yes. My colleagues are waiting for me, definitely. I'm fond of yoga, and I think it's a really important activity now that we are stuck in front of our screen for a couple of days at least. And for many of us that are new under lockdown, you know what it is to be stuck with lessons that you either received or give. So I just went into the internet and find a good video to make yoga in front of your desk. So let's begin. I will put the link on the chat so you can do it whenever you want, when you will have a break or doing some chit chat with someone else during the Congress. So come to the edge of your seat. The edge of your seat. Try to have some space between you and your screen. And you will plant both feet on the floor. Sit up nice and tall and take a deep breath in. And a long exhale out. And have a thought for everyone who will join us during the yoga. Now drop your chin to your chest and begin to nod the head slowly. Today is a good day. Now begin to shake the head left to right. Slow it down. And now draw slow cycles with your nose. One way and then the other. Sit up nice and tall. Now let's loop the shoulders a few times. Find what's feel good for you today. And bring your right hand to the outer edge, to your left knee. And bring your left hand behind you for a gentle twist. Inhale. Exhale and journey to your twist. You can also place your right hand on your desk. Find an exhale to release back to center and take it to the other side. Align head over your heart and your heart over your pelvis. Release back to center and smile. Grab your chair with your left hand and reach the right hand up and over. You can take the left hand to the right arm of your chair for a deeper stretch. And you look up to your right hand. Inhale. Exhale. Gently release back to center and take it to the other side. Take a deep breath in and on your exhale, release. Now find some space on your chair and interlace your fingers behind you. Ground through your feet, open your chest, shoulders down, beautiful. Hi, Willie. Now forward fold and slow. And somehow, you know when it's time to release. And I think this is the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Baptiste. That was so lovely. I think we could all use those kind little movements to get us through those 2 days of being on the computer. So that was wonderful. Thank you very much. Hi, Willie. Nice to see you.
Yes, my name is Joachim. Was a mistake though. I'm very glad to be here today. Thank you very much.
Very happy to see you. Good. I would like to go on with presenting ourselves. Camille, would you like to go further?
Yes. So there's not that much magic to it. We would very much like to know your names, where you're from, and what you're studying. And then we're going to spice it up a little bit with asking you to tell a little fun fact about yourself as well. And I will start, so you have an example. My name is Camilla, I'm from Denmark. Actually, I'm no longer a student, but I used to study songwriting and guitar. I'm an alumni now, finished in August. And a fun fact about me would be that I have a growing wish to someday purchase a llama, because I feel like it would be nice to have one. So that's the fun fact about me, and I'm gonna pass it on to Baptiste.
My pleasure. I'm Baptiste. I am a former student too from Paul Aliénor in Poitiers, in France. I studied the saxophone, classical one, and I'm also a young teacher, and I'm studying another instrument, which could be the fun fact, isn't it, Eileen, which is the recorder. And I found of early music, and I make a lot of links amongst my instruments. That's all for me.
So I invite Eline to jump in.
Great. So I'm Eline. I'm studying music education in Leuven, Belgium. I also play the recorder, but I don't find that a funny fact. It's bloody serious. But maybe a funny fact. Whew, that's difficult, Camilla.
No, it's not. You're funny.
I have already my Christmas decorations on because I was quite feeling down because of the lockdown in Belgium. So I decided to put a lot of lights in my house. Maybe that's a fun fact.
That's brilliant. So I'm gonna pass it on to Mia.
Hello, I'm Nia. I'm the SU president at the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama in Wales. I'm not a student anymore, but I studied viola for my undergrad. And fun fact is, I have decorations up as well, but I have my Halloween ones still up, and I actually made them this year, which is pretty extravagant and probably shows you how much time I have on my hands. But it's nice to meet you all.
Great, thank you, Nia. Alvaro, is that correctly pronounced?
Yeah, Álvaro. Yeah, my name is Álvaro. I'm from Spain and I study music management. And the funny fact is that I play bagpipe. That in a conservatory is quite annoying. And nice to meet you all.
Brilliant. Mimi.
Hello, I'm Mimi. I am a postgraduate cellist and composer studying at Leeds Conservatoire. And a fun fact about me, I grew pickles over lockdown. That was pretty cool. Grew some pickles.
Roberto.
Robert from the UK. I'm a British student. I'm kidding. I'm former Italian student. And yeah, I'm studying contemporary piano at Royal College of Music. And the funny fact is that on the 2nd of November, it was my birthday, and I bought a large cake like this, and I ate it all by myself. And I got fat about 3 kilos. So yeah, I was about 66 kilos and now I'm 70. And yeah, it's it's so sad, but I'm getting fatter day by day. I have been eating a lot. Yeah, this is a very funny fact. Yeah, and unfortunately, yeah, 4 kilos, I know. Yeah, that's a shame for me, but it's true. It's reality.
Okay, thank you, Roberto. Becky.
Oh, hello. I don't think I can top that. I'm Becky. I am a second year postgraduate student and studying orchestral performance. I play the French horn. I am the VP for Royal Welsh College. But in case you couldn't tell, I'm not from Wales. I'm from Scotland, so the bagpipes just feel like home to me. I love the bagpipes. And my fun fact is that the reason I play the French horn is because I was too short to play the trombone. I couldn't reach it, so I play the French horn. That's my fun fact.
Thank you so much. Karin.
Hello, I'm Karin. I'm half Estonian and I grew up in the German-speaking part of Italy, so that's my other half. I am studying in Wales as well. I'm part of the SU team, which Becky and Nia are part of. And I study classical singing in my 4th year now, undergrad. And a fun fact, I guess I looked it up once, and apparently I'm average British men's height. So that's 5'9" or 176 centimeters. So yeah, a bit taller than Becky. Just like about this much taller.
I am 5 foot exactly, 152 centimeters.
Great. Okay, so Joaquim, is that correctly pronounced?
Yes, it is a Catalan name. It's Joaquim. You can call me Kim also. I'm from Barcelona. I'm in the 4th year of studying pedagogy, I think it's named, in SMUC, the Superior School of Music of Catalonia. I'm very glad to be here. I'm a bit nervous though. The funny thing, well, you have already seen it, that my nickname was changed. That's because my last joke with my friends when we met through Zoom, we switched names, and well, in that moment that was a funny thing. So I really apologize for this.
That's okay. So Barbara.
Thank you, Camila. So I'm Barbara from the AEC office. I'm the office and project coordinator, and besides that, I'm also the coordinator of the student working group. I come from Croatia and I moved to Belgium just for the second lockdown. I started with this job 2.5 months ago. And I also have a background in music from the Academy of Music in Zagreb. And I'm thinking about a funny fact. And at the moment, the only funny thing is that I live in a house full of French-speaking people, and I don't speak French.
And last but not least, Francesco. We can't see you, Francesco, but if you... Oh, now we can see you. Great.
Yeah, you can see me because I'm ugly. I was texting with Roberto that texted me in private, so sorry for being late. I have problems with downloading the app on my computer because I'm not really digital native, so I'm sorry if I'm on the phone. I'm Francesco. I come from Bologna, Italy, and I'm studying conducting. Fun fact, I will bother you because I'm applying for being the next intern for AEC office, so I will bother Barbara, every one of you. And I also have to move to Brussels from January, maybe for the 3rd lockdown, who knows, I'm a bit anxious about that. And no, the real fun fact is that during the last lockdown in Italy, I did a composition exam on Skype. That's already funny because you shouldn't do exams on Skype with the teacher calling you like, hello, now you have an exam. And I did it with the screen with a photo of my friend that I didn't realize it was from a friend's call before. So I did my exam with a friend on my back that looked at the commission of teachers, and it was quite funny.
Sounds like a brilliant takeaway from online learning in general. Thank you so much for introducing yourselves. Now, if I remember our plan correctly, we have some tips for Congress for you. Right, Eileen is nodding. Good. So I'm gonna pass it on to Eileen.
I'm trying to share my screen just to... Can you all see this?
She made a PowerPoint.
Yes, we all see it.
Lovely. We made a little PowerPoint. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's something else to look at than our lovely faces. Just with some tips on how to tackle this Congress. also online because it has some challenges. So I invite other student working group members to just join in and add other tips, or maybe even not no members of the student working group. So if you have other tips that I am not sharing with you, please share, because we are all here to help each other getting through those long hours in front of the computer. Can everyone see the slides? Lovely.
Perfectly.
Eline, could you
Yes.
maybe press F5 to start the presentation?
It's not doing anything.
Or press the button that says present next to the share button.
I think that you're maybe looking at the Zoom presentation of your
Is this better?
I see half.
Yeah, me too.
It is cut.
Do you want me to share my screen?
You see this maybe? Yeah, Mimi, can you do it?
Of course, just give me 2 seconds. Let me just put it up. Tips for the Congress.
Stop share.
Present. Okay.
Still new at this.
There we go. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Just let me know when you want the next slide.
I would like to have the next slide, please. Good. First of all, we have some Zoom tips to find a neutral background. Maybe that's a good one. I'm not very much a good example, but something like Barbara can always help. Mute yourself when you're not speaking. I think we're all doing that already, but it's a very important thing when we are a lot of us. Use the raise hand function is the other one. I don't know if everybody knows where it is in Zoom, but if you click on participants, you can find the raise hand button. Fun fact, maybe. I didn't know that until today, so I'm happy to share that with you guys. And if we have additional information to share, you can always use the chat. You can use it to talk to the whole group, or maybe to just some person in particular. Does somebody else have something to add on the Zoom etiquette? No, I see all the faces. Okay, next one, Mimi. Oh yes, be active. That's not only for the Congress online, but Congress in general. We are not a lot of students, but we are with some of them, and we're very proud of being a student and having the student voice in the AC. So feel free to always be active and take part in conversations and discussions. Ask questions, don't feel silly if you don't understand what they're talking about. Most of the time, the half of the group doesn't know what people are talking about. So just feel free to ask, really, just do that. Don't be too overwhelmed, because it's sometimes a lot of information. So ask some of us, or maybe just in the whole group, we are there for you as well. And just know that a lot of people value the voice of the students very hard. So it gives us a little bit of an advantage. Maybe they will say, and now maybe a student will add something. Don't feel pressured, but if you want to say something, go for it. Yeah? Wonderful. Next one, Mimi. Baptiste, would you like to do this one?
Yes, you have a lot of opportunity to network during this Congress. Normally, it's with a cup of good wine and glass of good wine and a cup, a glass of good wine and something to eat on the other hand. But now we have to do it digitally. But you have a lot of tools to do so. If you find a presentation or an argument particularly interesting, let the presenter knows it, presenter, I don't know, It's really important. It's really nice. People, you know, it's really difficult to talk in front of a screen with sometimes 50 persons behind their own screens, and you don't hear anything, and you don't even know if what you are saying is understood. So when you receive this kind message is always really great and a good way to start conversation. You want maybe to do an Erasmus in Helsinki or in Esmuk or I don't know where, and you don't know anyone there, but maybe you will have the possibility to meet or to send a message to someone from those institutions. So it's great occasions too. With now coffee breaks, lunches, or mingling, small written feedbacks are valuable and encouraging. So here is a draft model. Hello, my name is blah, 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 and I'm a student of blah, blah, blah art. I attended your session about blah, 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 and I really liked your view on blah, blah, blah. I particularly fond of interesting. I would love to collaborate with you, stay in touch, etc., etc. It could be, it seems silly, like what the point, but you will see that you will have really great conversation and occasion to do all the things beyond the only time of frame of the Congress. Next slide.
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, next slide, Mimi. Good. Camila.
Camila.
Maybe Camila Baptiste, yeah.
Yes. So it kind of speaks for itself, but take breaks. We are, all of us, probably sitting a lot in front of a screen already, and the Congress program is long, especially tomorrow. So don't feel obliged to attend everything. Attend what you can, what you want to, and get up, jump around, do Baptiste's exercises, and have some water and some lunch and stuff. So again, don't feel obliged to attend everything. You can't deal with that much information anyway. And Mimi is raising her hand, non-virtually.
I'm so sorry. I was just going to suggest there's something I do because of the nature of the work that I do. I'm in front of a computer for, sometimes up to 15 hours a day. And I have the 20-20-20 rule. So every 20 minutes, I look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. So 20-20-20, this is something just for the eyes so that you don't get the strain.
Thank you, Mimi, for sharing. And taking a break is an important part of this Congress. I can remember my first Congress, and I was so eager to be part of everything. So it was quite intense. So please feel free to take breaks whenever you want. Roberto, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I wanted to say that it is very important to take break because the last year I think I completely fainted because I was attending a lot of Congress, a lot of sessions, parallel sessions. So it is, yeah, it is very important just to attend the session that are more interesting to attend. Like I don't know, I've chosen 3 or 4 parallel sessions, but I do not need to attend all the sessions. So for the benefit of yourself, please take breaks and take 20 minutes break if you want. And I wanted to say that also meeting a lot of people, that can be a lot of difficult and challenging through a screen. But trust me that meeting a lot of people, meeting teachers, directors, staff, give you the possibility to know them, to be involved into their school, into their projects. This is quite important to me because I happened to meet a lot of teachers from the AC that gave me a lot of hints, a lot of opportunities to be involved into the European network as well. So I think this is very important, this General Congress.
Thank you, Roberto. And then I think that was the last slide, but I just wanted to add that we're there also to help. So if you have any questions or there has something happened, or maybe it was a little bit overwhelming, or you just want to know us a little bit more, we are there for you. So just find us through the WhatsApp or on Hoover, or we have a Facebook page. We have also an Instagram account. So you will find us if you need us, or just to chat is also important to know. We're running a little bit. Oh yeah, thank you, Barbara. We can also, yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for that. We can also schedule a virtual coffees. Good. Maybe we're a little bit ahead of schedule. Does somebody else want to share a tip for Congress or for digital meetings?
Try to be prepared the most you can. You know that some sessions require like to watch some videos beforehand or read some texts. It's really important to at least know and understand what is going on during the session. There is a lot of acronyms like AEC, but AEC, you know what it is. So feel free to ask, but yes, if you can go on Hoover 20-15 minutes before the session, you will understand many things.
Thank you. Somebody else want to add something?
I would maybe add just for the ones who joined later. I don't know if they see the QR code for WhatsApp group in the chat. We have the WhatsApp group to get to know each other better and to maybe discuss even about the sessions or whatever comes to your mind. And as Baptiste said, we use really a lot of acronyms. And myself as a representative from the office, I will answer all your questions if you have any. We are really used to using AC, IRC, and many other acronyms, but we forget sometimes that others might not know what it means.
Yes, thank you, Barbara. Are there questions until now?
We are not all the students here today, but you will surely meet all those during the sessions. Some late French students will join because they registered too late, but they will be there.
Lovely. Barbara, would you like to tell us a little bit about the AC, what the AC presents, just to give us a little bit context also about what is happening during this Congress?
Yes, thank you, Aline. First I would like to repeat that I'm Barbara from the AC office. I'm office and project coordinator and also coordinator of the student working group. For this Congress, just not to forget this information, for this Congress we have 24 registered students. So this is definitely not a complete number, and I'm sure that we will see others during the next days. It might be just a bit more complicated to notice students on Zoom. A little bit about AC. AC is the European Association of Conservatoires. That's what the acronym stands for. As the name can give you a hint, it's an umbrella association of conservatoires from Europe and beyond. We have about 300 member institutions, so really many conservatoires around the world are connected through this network. Our activities, I would split them into two parts, let's say. One part is lobbying for the culture and education, And that is something that our CEO, Stefan Gies, does on a regular basis with partnerships with other institutions and organizations like International Music Council, European Music School Union, and many more. I actually cannot remember what all the acronyms stand for now. Stefan is also going to join us in the last 5 minutes to wish you a good luck during this Congress. So as I said, one part is lobbying for the culture through different partnerships, and the other, the bigger part actually, are the projects in which we are involved. So all of the projects that we are involved in have the aim of enhancing higher music education on many different levels. Many of them are connected with artistic research, learning and teaching, recently with digitization, and much more. Within these projects, we have many working groups, such as the student working group. We have some platforms and task forces, which all have different, they are all, Stefan is coming, they are all focused on different topics. Our current biggest project in which we are the lead coordinator is the Strengthening Music in Society, as we call it, SMS. And the student working group is a part of this project. And members of the student working group are also involved in other groups that exist within this project. So each of them have another additional role, and they are involved in Music in Society working group, then a working group focused on diversity and inclusivity, entrepreneurship, learning and teaching, digitization, and there is one more IRC that is Roberto's function within the student working group. Besides that, as I said, we have other projects which are focused on mostly on digitization, and a new project on power relations. So it's busy, but it's all with a good intention.
Thank you, Barbara, for this short context about the AC and the SMS and the IRC, so we all know a little bit better what those words stand for. Hi, Stefan. Welcome to the student welcome.
Yeah, hi. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I hope you had a good meeting so far.
Yes, so far, yes. I would just like, before we go to you and Iñaki, I would like to maybe have the opportunity to ask some student working group members to tell a little bit which workshops or plenary sessions they will do this tomorrow and the day after, just that you have a little bit heads up on what you could attend. Maybe, Mimi, can you tell about your workshop?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just pulling up Hoover just to check, but there is certainly at, off the top of my head, I think it's at 10 to 3 CET. There is a kind of dissemination parallel session based on a pre-Congress workshop that we had done a couple of weeks ago, and it was regarding kind of prejudice and bias within the Conservatoire. So we're going to kind of be disseminating some of the outcomes in terms of discussions, an action plan, and how, you know, we kind of want the AEC to be kind of moving forward in terms of kind of just in terms of advancing diversity and inclusion. The two topics that we kind of we worked on were kind of diversity within the curriculum, otherwise known as decolonization of the curriculum, and the other one was to do with gendered specialisms. So, for example, trying to get more females in jazz music, or more female producers, or more male harp players. So that's one session. I know that Camilla is doing another one as well. So I'll hand over to Camilla.
Yes. Just when my Hoover app is failing me, let me just see here. Are you interested in speaking at other events? No. So I am speaking at this one though. And that is happening tomorrow at, let me just check. Tomorrow morning, I think it is. Yes, at 5 minutes to 11, I am doing a session with a very, very nice educator from Dublin called Responding to Change, where we will try to grasp how to respond to change, pretty much. She's doing a lot on the psychology of change, how we react to it, and I'm kind of coming in from a student point of view. Where does change happen in the life cycle, in the conservatoire of a student? So you're very welcome to join us. I think we're gonna have an interesting session.
Thank you, Camilla. Baptiste, are you also doing a session?
Yes, I will be part of one session, but just as a student. It is at 2:50. Higher music education goes green, a discussion session. So it's about sustainability, green things, etc. So I will be there, and I can recommend you 2 other sessions from the diversity working group, which I am part of. Annabelle's session at 5 to 11, diversifying classical music education, the role of conservatoires. So Annabelle is invited by David Emil Wikström, the chair of the diversity working group, to do a session. And the health and well-being of staff and students session made by Clara Barbera at 4:30. Really interesting. I was there during the IRC meeting. It was really great.
Thank you. Roberto, would you like to add something?
No, I will be joining Mimi in the prejudice and bias session.
Yes.
Yeah, and then yeah, that's it.
Great, thank you, Roberto. Just to know that you're very welcome at our sessions, but more welcome also at other sessions. So just feel free to join wherever you find interesting. Is Iñaki already in the waiting room, Barbara? No. Then I open the ground for some questions, maybe. In the waiting for Iñaki to join us.
Did you all download the application Hoover? It's where you will find the link. If you have Zoom on your phone or your laptop, it's easier. Or you can just write us on WhatsApp and we send you the Zoom link.
Thank you, Baptiste.
Yeah, I think it is a bit tricky to download the Hoover app on website. So maybe some people found it difficult to download on their laptop. I don't know. Lovely. That's okay.
Could I jump in and ask a question, please? Okay. Just wondering how many participants there are, like in the whole conference, and how many UK conservatoires there are, just out of interest. I just want to know if some SU present's going to be there from the UK.
Nia, I've actually had a look, and I think that there are, I mean, I'm the only one from Leeds. There's some members of staff from Royal Northern, RCS. I think there's 2 students from RCM, no one from the Academy, no one from Trinity Laban. So I think that we're kind of we're the main kind of English contingent of students. And there are 410 participants in total.
Thank you.
Great. Are there other questions? Not immediately? Okay, great. Welcome, Iñaki. Nice of you to join us. Hi.
Nice
I
to
will
see
just,
many familiar faces here.
yes. I would just like to do a little bit a wrap up, so Stefan and you know what we've been doing. So we've had a little introduction, then we did some yoga to get us ready for all the sitting down and looking at the screen for 2 days. Then we presentate ourselves and get to know each other a little bit. The next thing we did was share some tips for networking, but also meeting online and how Zoom works. And yeah, that's it. We discussed a little bit about what the AC is and what AC stands for, but also SMS, because there are a lot of words that is used in shorter terms. So now I would like maybe to invite you or Stefan to say something.
Now maybe I can start. I mean, I'm so sorry that I missed the yoga, but I was told not to be there before 6:15. So I did that, but the next time you have to invite me for the yoga as well, because I mean, I know much about AEC, but to be honest, I do not know much about AEC's yoga strand, so to say. Maybe the only thing I want to say, because I wanted to leave it to you if you want to address any kind of questions. I mean, as you might know, AEC is a very old association, even older than me. It's some kind of post-war, post-Second World War foundation in the early 50s that has been founded. And in the beginning, and in particular under the Cold War, it was some kind of club of principals and of addressing higher education institutions at senior management level. And we opened up only later in the 1990s. It became a little bit different. And I would say 8 to 10 years ago only, we included students. And I'm very happy that we had the opportunity, so to say. And I'm also very happy about how you, very committed student representatives, took up that. And I mean, it is still, I would say, AEC is mainly at the end addressing needs or discussing issues on the senior management level. But, and that's a point I wanted to make, what should they decide at this level without the input of students? Because you are the ones, so to say, who should be served in the institutions. So we basically, I think we need your input, and we are here to listen to you. And that's something which I would just pass on to you as my main message. I will stop here and hand over to Iñaki maybe, and feel free to ask any questions you ever have.
Thank you, Stefan. I'm the second oldest, I'm afraid, in this room. Right, Stefan? Second, huh? Yeah. Okay. As I said, it's nice to see many familiar and smiley faces here. This means that there is a group of people around you that is quite active in this association. I don't know how many years ago, Mimi, are you coming to the meetings? Or Baptiste? Who is the more, or Camila maybe? Yeah. So this means that AEC is giving students more and more responsibility and also space within the association, which is not good or bad. It's just very necessary. And I'm glad that, as Stefan said, AEC is a very old institution and very, let's say, established within the artistic environment in Europe. So it's very important that AEC sends this message to the institutions, but also to all the members, because in my experience, this is very healthy for all of us. Older people has more experience, but younger people has another kind of energy. You see, basically my rule is that we not only work for you, but we work with you. So in my personal experience, in all the institutions I've been working, we always work very close with the students, and that's the best guarantee that we are well connected, we know what you need, we tell you what we want, and I think AEC is a good window for this kind of fresh and active communication. This also extends to music, that is an agency for accreditation in higher institutions, where students are also very important in that association. So I think more and more students are gaining space in higher education. So I think instead of telling you all the things that maybe are not interesting for you, maybe it's better that you ask concrete questions, why you come to these meetings, or what is your role in these meetings, or how you encourage other students to come, because we need all the styles to be represented, all levels of education, masters, bachelor, everything. So I think my recommendation is that you need to be proactive. Don't wait for us to tell you what to do or these things. Just bring things to the table. You have a very good group of representatives that will bring this idea up to the council and all the levels of the association. So I think you will feel very, let's say, comfortable and integrated with the association. That's our goal for us. So maybe I just stop here and wait for either Stefan or me. We can answer some of your questions.
Yes, thank you for that. Are there any questions? Or something to add, maybe? It doesn't need to be questions. No? Okay, good. That means that everything is clear. Maybe some questions will come during the Congress, so don't wait, but just ask if anything comes up. It doesn't have to be in a meeting, but we have also coffee breaks and lunch rooms, and I've heard there were other possibilities to get to know us, but also Stefan, Iñaki, and a lot of other people during this Congress. So thank you everybody for being here tonight. It was lovely to meet you. I'm looking forward to working with you further on today, tomorrow, and the day after that. Good.
Thanks a lot, Aline, and thanks from Mimi. Thanks you. Thanks for your commitment, all students. And I'm very keen to see how yoga functions with coffee. I mean, it might be advanced yoga, but I'm very keen to see that.
Thank you so much, Stefan and Iñaki. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome, everyone.
See you.
Thank you.
See you. Bye, Baptiste. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Hi, Adele. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. I noticed that you'd arrived very late, so I wondered whether maybe you might want to stay on for another 5 minutes, and maybe we could just kind of quickly say hello and, you know.
Yes, please. I ended up in the wrong room, and I didn't notice until quite late.
It's fine. Don't worry. Can everyone stay for 5 minutes or?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Over to you, Aline.
Hi, Adele. Nice
Hello.
to meet you. I'm Eline from the Student Working Group. I'm from Belgium. I'm a student here in Leuven. Who are you?
I was a student a few months ago, so I'm officially alumni now from the Royal College of Music in Stockholm.
Lovely. Very welcome.
Thank you.
We had some introduction with the student. You were probably at the new members of the AC.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry for that. But just know, maybe the most important thing is in this chat, we have shared a code where you can join us in the WhatsApp group.
All right.
So different students are in there, and if you have questions or something to add or say, or just, it's a platform to reach out to all the students to gossip a little bit during those 3 days.
All right, cool.
So are there other questions you would like to ask?
No, I think, yeah, thank you very much for giving me a couple of minutes.
Of course, I will resend the link because some people are telling me that maybe you can't see it. So there it is.
Thank you. I wanted to add also something that I didn't say before, that is, I hope that more Italian students came to this event. I know that 2 conservatoires has joined with their student representatives the Congress. I hope they come next sessions. If they don't, I will go around Italy with a stick and beat them to death. No, just as Mimi knows, and now also Baptiste, I don't see him, we've tried to enhance a bit the communication with the Italian representatives that are a bit lazy, and I learned also the French word for that, disparaisse. They're a bit lazy, so I would like them to be more active, and I hope they will. Lazy like Roberto that is joining, no, obviously no. But basically the call on IAC platforms is me and Roberto chatting on private about cakes and something like that. No, it's not true.
Please continue those chats in the WhatsApp. We would like to be part of the cake experience. Great.
Hi guys, sorry for leaving the session, but I thought that it was over and I thought, okay.
That's all right, Roberto.
Sorry.
We just wanted to welcome Adele, who came a little bit later. So good.
Hi Adele.
Lovely to see you all, and I hope to see you tomorrow in one of the sessions. Good?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. See you later.